What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by the channel today. My name is Will and you're at WW Mods. Today's video, I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. It's a little simple video, or at least it's supposed to be a simple video. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the hardest, this should come in at about a 2. So hopefully I can take care of it myself, because sometimes I'm not that mechanically inclined. As people who know me personally, you already know this, so I don't have to tell you. Anyway, all that being said, let's get at today's video. All right, everybody, like I said earlier, thanks for stopping by. Big shout out to all of our new subscribers, all of our continued viewers. We couldn't do it without you, so we greatly appreciate it. Today's video, you're like, hurry up. Tell me what today's videos is going to be about so I know whether to watch it or not. Well, if you hadn't already looked at the description and everything, you know today's video is going to be about catch cans. And this one over here, is from Mishimoto. Purchased it off of Amazon. And I'll drop the link down below and you can pick one up for yourself should you decide that you want one. This one is for Camaros 2016 and up. So the hose is already cut. It has the mounting bracket that I love. It's going to fit on the corner of this strut bar. Be over there nice, tucked out of the way. Now that you know what today's video is about, let me tell you a little bit about what I know about a catch can. Does everybody need a catch can? No, not everybody needs one. But if you've got a high performance engine, or you've got a small engine that is boosted and you're or turboed, you really should consider an oil catch can in the life of your engine. There are several different ways that you can combat this problem that I'm going to talk about, but an oil catch can is one of the simplest ways that you can do it. What an oil catch can does, you ask? Well, let me tell you. An oil catch can, what it does, it catches all those oils and gases and that is coming from your engine. They're going to pump it back up through your emission system and back into your intake to try to get your engine to burn it again to make the exhaust cleaner. Okay, that's great if you live in California, because they don't like oil catch cans. The biggest thing that you don't want is when it pumps that gas, oil, vapor, moisture mixture back into your intake to burn it that second time, it has a tendency to deposit on your valves and the intake and eventually robbing you of power and causing other problems down the road. So if you've got a high performance engine, why not spend a little bit of money, put this system on here, and try to keep your intake as clean as possible. Is it perfect? No, nothing in this life is perfect, because if your engine was even perfect, you wouldn't need this particular thing to try to help combat some of the oil blow by, the gases and the sludge and everything that can eventually build up in your intake. So let's get this baby unboxed and see what all we've got. All right, guys, we still don't have a workstation set up in our shop yet, so I'm gonna use the old handy floor here and see what all we have in this box. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let's see what we got here. Direct fit support catch can. I will give them this. They do package their stuff well at Mishimoto. They don't want you to get into it. And yes, Bill, I'm using your knife. Sorry. Mine's in the truck, yours is closer. I promise to put it back. Little inside joke there, guys. All right. Here's your catch can. We're going to open it up here. Here's your brass filter. And this is another filter that's used to condense the oil vapors down. But that's basically it. Just simple can with a little bit of filtration. You don't have to get that really tight. You've got in and out on the can itself. This is for the 2016 Camaro SS. Imagine with the 4-cylinder Camaros or the 6-cylinder Camaros, they make a different one. This is going to be that bracket that I was telling you about. It's going to fit right on top of the catch can and mount right against that bracket, so it'll sit there all nice and neat out of the way. So we'll set that over there. What is this? This looks like a Mishimoto air freshener and some other products that they sell for the Camaro. Here is our connectors that's going to connect. I hate these. These are terrible to get open. These are the pieces that actually screw into the oil catch can. At the top, the in and the out. And here are my hoses that are designed to fit the Camaro. You won't have to do any cutting or anything of that nature. And see, it already has the quick connects on the end. Already got your bracket here. And this one here is shaped a little differently. Like I say, this is one of the big reasons that I went with this was because of the hoses. They used to make these in colored hoses, but I think Mishimoto and some of the other companies have stopped doing that because of the fact that they're having trouble with the colored hoses discoloring and leaking, and you really don't want that to get all that mess all over your engine and so forth. And here we have some more tension clips to go on the hoses here. So we're going to get this all laid out and get the can in place, get the cover of the engine off, and get started, because that looks like all that we've got here. So let's get at it. All right, everybody, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to loosen up this strut tower with these bolts here. Let's see, these are halves. So we're going to take them completely off. Set them to the side. And then we've got to loosen this bolt up right here. 10 millimeter. You don't need to take this one completely off. You Just need to loosen it a little bit. So this will move a tiny bit. All right, guys, I got the top one loose. I had to loosen this the other side to where I get a little bit more room because I could not get my fat hands in there. And now we're going to try and remove this lower one. I get my hand in there. And as you can see from this hose, I don't know if you can be able to see it from that angle, but there's already some oil being pushed back through the EGR valve. So the EGR valve is doing its job. All right, guys, that thing is really hard to get off there. But that's all it is. It's got two quick connects, but you got to be able to push enough on each one of these to make this thing come loose. Once it's loose, you can see the bottom port right down at the bottom there, and then you've got the top one that does the pushes it back into the engine to have the exhaust gases burned again. All right, that was a little harder than I thought it would be. Might have to move this up to a 3. All right, now we need a 2.5 millimeter Allen screw to loosen the Allen heads on top of the oil catch can. It says that it's a 2.5, so I don't know if this is the right one or not. Yes, it is. With the oil catch can on top, and you don't want to tighten them back down all the way. You want to leave it loose, or fairly loose, so you can slide the mounting bracket. Just don't tighten them all the way until you get your installation completed. After you remove your Allen screws, take your connector pieces here, and you don't want to get them too tight. You want to just snug them up, and they should be an 11/16 wrench, and there's little O-rings on the connectors, so you don't want to wrench them on there and break them. You just get them snug, just like so, and then you take your bracket, and you want to place your bracket to where you can get access to the connection. Make sure you got your oil catch can turned in the right direction down toward the front of the engine. Put the catch can along with the bolts back into place here. All right. All right, I'm going to attach the hose here to the top where my other hose clamps. Here they are. Take your clamps, go ahead and get them started. I'm going to go underneath that wiring harness, and this is the one for the end. The dirty air and oil goes into this one. Get it on there, snug it up pretty good. Get your little hose clamp here when you get a hold of it. All right, it also has a quick connect right down here at the bottom. I'm sure I've showed it to you before. Let's see if I can. Right here, it just slides on there, and you should hear it click like so. So that's the end with the dirty air. Route this one down the same way. And you want to click it into the one at the top. Make sure we don't have any leakage. Cans out of the way. Gonna tighten it back down using your 1/2-inch socket. I'm gonna snug the 13mm back up. That's back good and tight. Now we're going to tighten down the Allen screws. Now we're going to put the into place. And we're going to plug the plug back in till it snaps. Do the other side. Put your covers back on. And put your fuel line clamps back in place. All right. As for this piece right here, make sure you don't lose it, in case you ever want to put it back to stock. But anyway, that's a connection with somebody not ever doing one before, so maybe you guys be willing to tackle one on your own. All right, everybody, that was the installation of the Mishimoto oil catch can on the 2019 Chevy Camaro. Like I say, this catch can works on 2016 and up. If you've got an older Camaro, there's different types you pick, and it's different lengths on the hoses and that sort of thing. So, with all that being said, I hope that I tried a new way of filming today, and I hope you guys, it didn't make you too sick trying to watch it, because I was using my GoPro with my head mount trying to look down, and some of those parts on the Camaro, the car is new and it never been taken off before, so it was a little hard to reach in there and push on some of those things and get them to break loose for the first time. But I hope you were able to follow the installation of the oil catch can, and I hope you decide to give it a try, because I already had some oil in that little hose that I had removed. It's over here. I already had a little bit of oil in the hose here, so I'm sure that it's blowing some by. It's blowing some of the oil by and going back into the intake. So, and then, like I said, this car is new. It doesn't have even 7,000 miles on it. But you might want to hang on to this in case you ever need to put it back. I don't know what this part would cost from Chevrolet, but I'm sure they don't give them to you. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And like always, if you like the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, clang that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.